here at what I think is the first trail that was put into the park. Maybe the second trail. It could be the first one was put in around the Lakeshore Trail. But I'm here at the Whispering Pines Trail. And it is I guess it's just 1 mile according to what the chart here says. But it's got, you know, some interesting things back up in here. It's got something the CCC had built in here. It makes it kind of a tourist attraction. So it does go up hills and down hills because we are in the piney woods of East Texas. So, you know, plan on going up and down some hills. Some of them are easy, some of them are moderate, some of them are challenging. So this kind of shows a map of the trail. We are down here at this point, here in the cabin area, where you can park and get on the trail here. Of course, there are other places that you can also get onto this trail. One of them is up there by the headquarters entrance. There's a place to park there. You can get on the trail kind of on that end. But yeah, this is an awesome trail to hike. It is just a hiking trail. No bikes are allowed on this trail. So you don't have to go by the multi-use. Here you can go either way, clockwise or counterclockwise. Myself, I kind of like to go clockwise. That way, after I hit the top of the hill, it's kind of a steeper spot that's coming down from the tourist attraction up there at the top. And it's a little easier for me coming down than it is trying to go up it. So, you know, that's your preference on which way you want to go. Anyways, you'll go back across the bridge here just a little ways, and then you can either go to the left or you can go to the right, and it is just a loop. It goes back up in towards the top up there, and then it'll come right back down. So yeah, it is a very enjoyable trail, and it also is an intuitive trail. They do have signs throughout the trail telling you a little bit about the plant life, the trees. I do believe might be a little information about animals as well through there. So, yeah. All right, we're at another area where you can get on 3 different trails here. You got the Easy Loop, which is a short trail. Let me see here. The Easy Loop is a 0.3 mile little trail here, just real close. And then you got the A trail. That trail is 2.6 miles, and then you also can get on the B trail. It is the longest trail here, so make sure you get out early to hike that trail. It is 3.1 miles. They are easy to moderate trails, although there are some spots that I would say, yeah, it could be a little challenging for some. But overall, it's a fairly decent trail. They are hiking and biking, so, you know, if you're riding a bike, you'll go clockwise. If you're hiking, go counterclockwise. That way you'll see the bikes coming at you rather than coming up behind you. To me, that's a little more of a safety, well, not an issue, but it's just a safety rule. Rather than try to get run over, at least you see them coming. Yeah, I'm going to turn this thing around so you can see the board here. We are in the Blackjack camping area. That's how you'll get to these trails. but you'll see down here in the bottom a little red arrow. That's where we are right there. Let me see if I can come in a little bit closer. So on this, the red trail and the easy trail, you will go that direction going counterclockwise for the red trail, but you also can go that way to get to the easy trail. And then of course, crossing over on the opposite side over there, you go back that way, you'll run into the blue trail as well as the red trail, where you'll come back out if you're riding a bike, but if you're going counterclockwise, you'll go that way. Back in a little ways, you'll hit the blue trail, go off to the right, that's going counterclockwise. If you go down a little bit further, then you'll hit where the A trail goes off to the left, and the blue trail will go off to the right, which will be clockwise. Like I say, that is a long trail, so you know, be sure you take something to drink with you. You have the proper footwear, because during the summer it does get hot out here, and you will be sweating, and yeah, you definitely want something to drink. That way you don't dehydrate. You'll be a little bit better. I'm going to walk back in here just a little bit, because they do have these trails pretty well marked with signs to tell you which way you're going. And yeah, it's kind of a junction here. Let's see, over here it says hiking and biking, the easy loop, which will be, you go that way to go clockwise, you'll go that way to go counterclockwise. That's the easy loop. And it's only 0.3 of a mile going that way. Or you go down this way, which is the A loop trail, and you know, you'll go back down that way, well, pretty much all the way through. If you're riding a bike, you'll go that way. But when you come back out, you'll come back out over across the road on the other side. So this way, if you're biking, on the other side over there, if you're hiking. And of course, like I say, you go down there a little ways, you'll hit the B trail. But yeah, this is two more of the trails here, and it's in the Blackjack camping area. And of course, we'll go and hit, you know, these campsites and see what they look like, and a little information on them, what they have to offer, you know, pricing, and you know, give you some information there in one of the videos that will be coming out, because this will probably be more than one video. So yeah, so that's what this is here, these two trails. So far that's 4 trails: Whispering Pines, the Easy Loop, the A Trail, and the B Trail. Now we're going to go to the 2 challenging trails, which is going to be the C Trail and the D Trail. To me, the D Trail is more challenging, and it is a little longer, but the C Trail, it does have its spots that's challenging. So yeah, when you go hiking trails, take your time, don't get no rush. You know, come out to enjoy it. Walk a little way, stop and look around. You know, who knows what you might see, because there are some pretty interesting things out here on these trails. You know, you never know when you're going to run into some wildlife, see some deer, raccoons, armadillos. They are here, because I have seen them. So, yeah, let's go ahead and head to the next trail. Alright, we are at another access that will get you onto the B trail, but also it'll get you to the C trail. Pretty much the B trail from the Blackjack camping area. This will be probably about half point where you'll hit this end of the B trail, and then you'll kind of cut back across and then head back towards where you started from if you started there at the Blackjack campground. Anyways, it's showing us where we are here on this one, which we are right there. But this is the blue trail that goes all the way down. Down here, let's see, where am I? Right here is where we were at a little bit ago. That's Blackjack area. So, you know, all the way up here is just about the halfway point. You might have to go just a little bit farther up to get to halfway. But anyways, C trail is going to be the orange up here that goes up and around. And it is 1.5 miles for that trail. All these trails pretty much connect together at each end. So, yeah. If you started out at the Blackjack camp area, here's the way you'd come back out. Come out this way. And of course, you know, go on across, and you're still on the B trail. And of course, like I say, they'll have, you know, markers here showing you which way's the bike route, which way's the hiking route. So you don't get confused there. And of course, it helps when you check in at headquarters, ask them for a trail map as well as a park map. It kind of helps shows you where you need to go. Okay. This is the B trail. It'll go back down that way. And that's the hiking way going that way. You go back up in here, I don't know, maybe 50 yards, and you'll pick up the C trail. It does for a little short distance. The A and B will run together, as well as the B and C, and then the C and D. You know, they kind of connect together for a short little period of time. But go back down this way about 50 yards, and you'll hit the C trail. You go off to the right. That's going counterclockwise. If you stay on the B and C trail for a little ways, it'll split again. The B trail will go off to the left, and the C trail will go off to the right, which is clockwise, the way bikes will go. And like I say, this trail, the C trail, it is a little more challenging in spots, but to me, the D trail is more of a challenge because it's got a lot steeper inclines that, yeah, you're having to hike up a ways before you get to the top. It's not like just going up so far and level out. No, you're climbing. And then, of course, once you hit the top, you go back down the other side, and you know, you'll have that throughout the whole trails. On any of them, you'll be going up and down, zigzagging back and forth. That's what makes these trails fun, interesting. You know, it's just almost surreal being out here on the trails. It's so quiet and peaceful, and it's almost like you're having a dream or you're just in another world. But yeah, you get out there. You know, there's not a whole lot of places to sit down. There's not, you know, like benches or anything. On a lot of the trails, there are more places to sit down around the Lake Loop Trail. But out here on these other trails, But I do know that on the C trail and the D trail, it's got more of the bigger Texas pines. And yeah, some of them, when they fall, they're right here alongside the trail. And yeah, they make a natural bench for me, because I will sit down on them and take breaks here and there to cool off and just kind of sit and enjoy the scenery, nature, listening to the sounds. It's just awesome and beautiful. So yeah, hike these trails. I think you will enjoy them very much. It is a good workout. You know, older people, yeah, take your time, take you some stops here and there. Older people, you can probably just truck right along without having to stop. So, you know, but like I say, me, I like to stop every now and then and look around, enjoy it. I'm in no big hurry. I'm retired, so I'm out here having fun. Bring the family, hike some of the trails, go to the day use area, have a cookout, let the kids go swimming, do a little fishing, or if you're into camping, they got some pretty awesome camping sites, and I will show you some of that footage of those areas with some prices and things to do, and yeah, that'll be coming. So let's go ahead and go on up a little further to where the C and D trail connect at another spot. Alright, I'm here at the rope ramp area. I kind of bypassed this a minute ago on my way through, but this is another access to get on the Lakeshore Trail, as well as the C Trail. And yeah, we're right here, and there's a little path that goes back up to get onto the C Trail. And of course, you know, you can go back down to the B trail, you can go on up to the D trail, or you can get here on the Lakeshore Trail, which goes all the way around. Anyways, right over there is a path that you can take up just a little ways and get on the C Trail. Now, if you're hiking the Lake Loop Trail, you'll come back across from over there at the amphitheater area, come across the parking lot here, and of course you'll go across one of CCC's constructed bridges they built out of the stone or the rock that you know, they gathered here in the park to build a lot of the structures here. But you'll cross the bridge, and then there's a little picnic area there. Going through that picnic area, there's a little bridge that kind of goes back up through the woods, back onto the Lakeshore Trail. So, yeah, this is another access to get to the C Loop, as well as getting to the Lakeshore Trail. Of course, Lakeshore Trail, it has, you know, several different accesses. Some of the campsites, whether it's the tent camping sites or RV camping sites or the day use area. But there are other areas that you know, you can get on the Lakeshore Trail. You can start pretty much at any of them. It is, if I remember right, it is a little over a 2-mile trail. I think it's about 2.1 mile. But yeah, let's head on down here to the day use area and check out the sign down there to get on the Lakeshore Trail. Alright, we're up here at the access to the D trail, and yeah, it's 2.2 miles is what it says on this sign, but I think on one of the other signs it said it was only 2.6 miles. So Not sure it's going to be one or the other, but it does seem like it's a very long trail. So I'll almost bet it's probably 2.6 miles, but I may be wrong. Anyways, it is a more of a challenging trail. It's got, you know, steeper slopes going up, longer distance. And of course you go back down on the other side of the hill. And yeah, these are trails that if it's rained and it's ground's wet or muddy, you might not want to hike these trails because they are going to be slick. I know the last time I was here it had rained, and yeah, we waited a day before we hiked the trails. They were pretty decent, but there was some spots that were a little slick, a little muddy. So keep that in mind if you're out here hiking the trails. You know, don't come out here just right after rain because they are going to be a mess. Anyways, we are at this point right here, which is the Northwood Picnic Pavilion, and of course I'll go over that information on what it has to offer and prices in one of my upcoming videos. But yeah, you're basically hiking this trail all the way back up and around, and of course it'll connect to the sea trail back over here. But yeah, if you're trying to get to the sea trail from this point, it's a good little hike to get to it. So best to come in at that last spot where the B and C connect. I know you can get access to the sea trail here at the boat ramp area, which you can also get access to the lakeshore loop trail at this area. I'm going to drive back up here because I didn't stop there. I just came on up to this point, but I'm going to go back to that point and show you the access, how you can get onto the C or the D loop trail right here. Anyways, it is, like I say, it is a challenging trail, and I would say it is the most challenging trail here in this park. So yeah, this is the trail. Of course, like they'll have their little signs that you know, you'll be able to make sure you're on the right trail. But you go that way, that's clockwise the bikes go, or you can start up going up the hill. And I thought, well, that's not too bad. It just stops right up there at the top. Oh, was I wrong? Because yeah, it goes on up, and then there's a big drop off going back down, and then back up again. So yeah, they are challenging. So if you're older, you know, depending on what kind of shape you're in, you might want to consider not taking these trails. But me, I mean, I have to take my time. I may just walk up so far and have to take a stop before I can go on up further, because yeah, it is definitely a workout going on these trails. But they are awesome as can be. And like I say, there are some of these old pines that have fallen, and some of the tree trunks or the logs are sitting right here along the trail, where they make pretty good natural benches where you can sit down and take a 5, 10, 15 minute break, and then get up and walk some more until you come to another spot where you got kind of a natural tree log bench to sit on. So yeah, let's and of course we'll give information on the rest of this area. So yeah, if you're up for the challenge and like to hike some challenging trails, these are the ones to go on: the C trail and the D trail. Alright, we are here at Browns Point in the day use area, and yeah, this is an access to the Lakeshore Trail, which goes around the lake. And of course, there's a lot of picnic tables, you know, back in here, places to park where people can come, spend the day, have a cookout. Kids can go swimming, hike the trails. But yeah, we are right here. So the swimming area is all up and around here, and of course all the way back down through in here, a lot of picnic tables and places where you know, you can bring your family and have a cookout, do a little fishing. Kids can go swimming. They got a park store here with, they got quite a few items in there, some collectible items or souvenirs, as well as some drinks, some groceries, camping supplies, fishing supplies. Yeah, they got a little bit of everything in there. So be sure, if you're here, check the store out, maybe pick you up something. This sign here is also saying the Lakeshore Trail is 2.1 miles. So I either misread the one sign that said 2.6, or may have been talking about a different trail. I don't know. Anyways, you go down this path to get on the Lakeshore Trail. Of course, pretty much you're on it because you're having to walk across the parking lot right through here. If you're parking to get to it, of course, down there closer to the lake, the trail will run through down there. If you you know, get on the lake, back more up there by the swimming area, or if you will go on back that way and park there where more picnic tables are, you know, you get onto it there as well. So this is a hiking trail only. No bikes are allowed. So there's two trails, no bikes are permitted. That is the Whispering Pines and the Lakeshore Trail. All other trails are bike accessible. So keep that in mind. And be sure that if you are riding a bike, please go clockwise. That way you won't be coming up behind, you know, someone that is just hiking. You'll be coming at them, and they'll be able to see you where, hey, they can move off to the side, and that way you can just keep trucking on through. So, you know, be safe out here while you're hiking the trails. Make sure you got the proper footwear, plenty to drink. Bring you a little snack in case you get a little hungry. Have something to eat out there. Take a break out there on the trails. Enjoy the nature. Check out some of the wildlife. You know, it is awesome here. So that's pretty much, I think, covers all the trails here. So you can watch some of my other videos where I've been out on the trails hiking them. I'll probably throw in some short clips, some of those trails from my other videos, so you can kind of get a view on a little bit what the trails look like out there, a little information there. I will be doing a drive-through around the whole park on the main road that kind of circles around the lake here, and then I will be hitting a lot of the camp areas, the picnic areas down here. We'll look at some of the tables and, you know, the grills and, you know, those areas, see how level they are, where the water access is, trash, you know, cans. They do have trash cans here and there, dumpsters here and there to get rid of your trash. Please don't throw it on the ground. You know, carry it back out, throw it in one of the dumpsters or trash cans, you know, but just don't leave it behind. Let's keep these parks looking clean and beautiful, you know, for the next group of people to come in and visit, so they can enjoy it. And you know, if these parks are kept nice and pretty, and, you know, more people want to come and visit them. So yeah, let's keep these parks looking good. Anyways, that's all I'm going to do on the trail video. Like I said, I'll have other videos coming out of the campsites, what they have to offer, what the pads look like, whether you can tent camp, look at some more of the restroom areas and some of these other sites, and you know, check out the store area, show you a little bit there, as well as the boat rentals, because they do have a boat rental here, and the swimming area, and of course it has an amphitheater, it has a place where you can put your boat in the water, and you know, I'll be showing all those little areas in upcoming videos here. So stay tuned, keep an eye out for those videos, and who knows, maybe you'll see me at the park one day.